Adolf Hitler, 1889–1945. Kirthikanthar 16031E0119. Karaikumar K16031E0110. 1889, born in Braunau am Inn, Austria. In 1894, his family moved to Leonding, Austria. Adolf took admission in school in nearby Fischlheim in Austria. He left school at 16 to become a painter. He went to Vienna. While living in Vienna, Hitler struggled as a painter after having been rejected twice by the Academy of Fine Arts, Vienna during 1907 to 1908. 1914, serves in World War I as a runner for the 16th Bavarian Reserve Regiment. Synopsis of his life. 1919, appointed a Verbindungsmann, police spy of the Reichswehr, and meets Dietrich Eckart, who taught him how to dress and speak influentially. 1924, sent to prison for a failed coup d'état, writes Mein Kampf. 1929, meets his lifelong mistress Eva Braun. 1932, granted German citizenship. 1933, becomes Chancellor of the Nazi Party. 1935, violates the Treaty of Versailles by building a massive military force. 1936, an axis is declared between Germany and Italy. Japan, Hungary, Romania and Bulgaria join later. 1939, orders the Nazi Party to begin carrying out the final solution of the Jewish question, or the Holocaust. 1941, breaks the non-aggression pact with Stalin and invades the Soviet Union. 1941, declares war against the United States. 1943, becomes increasingly erratic after being defeated at the Battle of Stalingrad. 1944, celebrates his 56th birthday in a bunker below the Reich Chancellery. 1945, commits suicide by shooting himself. What is leadership? The activity of leading a group of people or an organization, or the ability to do this. Leadership involves 1. Establishing a clear vision. 2. Sharing that vision with others so that they will follow willingly. 3. Providing the information, knowledge and methods to realize that vision. And 4. Coordinating and balancing the conflicting interests of all members and stakeholders. There are many definitions of leadership that highlight its different aspects. John Maxwell, author of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, defines leadership as influence, nothing more, nothing less. He goes on to say, he who thinks he leads but has no one following him, is simply taking a walk. This is a functional definition of leadership, one that basically says that a leader is someone who has followers. Leadership traits of Hitler. Influential, Hitler used nationalism as a tool for igniting the interests of people to follow his cause. Like Napoleon, he was power-driven. Influentiality has to do with the behaviors of people. One can manipulate either by sanction or charisma, and Hitler was a man skilled with the sword as well as words. He was influential because he had a big vision, and people need big visions to be motivated, so he motivated people. Powerful, people listened to him. Not many people went against him because they were afraid that something would happen to them or their families. Confident, he had a lot of confidence, thinking that he could achieve his goals. Although in the end his confidence was overturned, he did have it, which is a good characteristic of a leader. Goal setter, he set goals for himself and the Nazis. Even though some of these were very far-fetched, he did set them, and that is a positive characteristic of a leader. Demanding, he wanted what he wanted and wasn't going to change his beliefs for anything or anyone. He thought that he had all the power in the world, and that's what he was trying to gain. What I have learned from Hitler? Public speaking. Hitler was a captivating public speaker. He would enrapture crowds with his vision and sense of purpose of the nation. Public speaking is one of the essential skills of a leader. Whether you are able to have followers will really depend on your ability to rally them through inspiration and a hope for a future vision. You should take time to invest in your ability to speak publicly. Like it or not, public speaking is one of the most common traits of the top leaders in the world, and if you can do it well, it will serve you and your team really well. Understanding human nature. Adolf Hitler understood human nature very well. He knew how to use human nature to his personal gain, and with that knowledge, he rallied the whole nation behind him. You have to understand the thoughts, inclinations of human nature well if you are to be an effective leader as well. This often means a high level of EQ. Much of human nature can easily be seen in yourself, especially in your weakness to temptation or any base inclination. A good leader understands what he is dealing with in other people because he sees it in himself. From that perspective and understanding, you're able to lead your followers so much better. Constant influence. Adolf Hitler successfully used propaganda to bring the whole nation under his will. Through the constant use of media and communications, he managed to cause a whole nation to think alike to serve his cause. There's a lesson for us leaders to be learned here. People become what they are constantly being exposed to. If you constantly read, watch and listen to positive messages, you'll naturally become positive. And it works vice versa as well. We'd like to think that we are thinking independently of our environment, but the truth is that most of us think, act and believe in a certain way because of our environment. Analyzing his leadership style. Charismatic leader. This type of leadership mainly relies on personality and charm. Even if one does not have a natural charm, they can still learn effective ways in which to lead a group using motivation and high morale. These types of leaders are very good at engaging others and making them feel that they are an effective and valuable team member. The most famous negative charismatic leader would be Adolf Hitler. He was able to make an entire country bow to their knees and believe the notions and ideas he had come up with about their German race being higher and more superior than others, especially those of the Jewish faith. People were mesmerized by his speeches and how he commanded an audience. Charismatic leadership. Dank, sir.